Mifo reached out to me to review one of their earphones. On the surface, it looks interesting enough, so I thought, let's have a closer look. So today we will be looking at the Mifo O5 Plus. Quick disclaimer, this is a sponsored video by Mifo. However, the opinions expressed are mine alone, and the manufacturer had no feedback about the content of this video, and the video has been made public to general audience upon upload without taking any opinion from the manufacturer. Mifo, a name that I had not heard before. So I did a little bit of digging. They have a nice website, localized for USA, Canada, UK, Dutchland, Sweden, UAE, Australia and New Zealand, and finally Japan. All these sites are offering to purchase from the website directly or to buy from one of the trusted local online shops such as Amazon.com.au for Australian customers. I'll talk a bit more about this later. Now, let's have a look at what we have at hand. The packaging appears to tick the right boxes. Good first impression. Seems like they have paid some attention to quality here. Once we open the box, we have the case and the earpiece presented separately, and there is a dedicated area for all the paperwork and the accessories. Let's have a look at those first. When we lift the cover, the first thing we have is a product brochure. Then the accessories box that contains spare ear tips of various sizes and micro USB cable. Under that, we have yet another little packet that contains the user's manual. Opening that, we get a card that first of all asks about your happiness. This is not much, but this day and age, if someone asks if I'm happy, I think it's a good gesture in general. But here, I think it's more to do with the product satisfaction rather than an inquiry about personal well-being. Anyhow, the packet primarily contains the multilingual user's manual, and up to this point, all the inclusions appears to be of premium grade. So let's look at the charging case. First off, it has this wrapper that also has various instructions regarding pairing and so forth printed on it. Once we remove that, we have the case in all its glory. This is the high point of this product. The case is very, very nice. We have seen good cases before, like that of the EOS Air. But this is more pocketable and better finished. The inside space is well presented and tells us what Mifo stands for. The case has magnets to hold the earphones in place, and the lid is spring-loaded that shuts with a snap. The case gets a near perfect score, except one thing that I'll talk about in a bit. Now it's time to take a look at the earbuds themselves. Although in picture it may look like the surface of the earphone is made of metal of some kind, it is not. It is plastic. Not that it is a bad thing in and of itself, but just saying to be clear. There are two buttons on each earpiece. At first glance, it may not be obvious, but there is a plus and a minus sign printed on the red and blue earpieces respectively. These control the volume, and other buttons can be used for various playback controls and pairing activities. And also, I might add, I'm so glad that these are physical buttons, not touch-sensitive gesture control stuff. That is the new fancy thing, like they used in the Sony 1000XM3, but in real world, it does not always work perfectly. Physical buttons work. We have either pressed it or we have not. There is a clear tactile feedback. There is no ambiguity. Before you start using the earphones, it is advisable to get the right-sized ear tips fitted for the best experience. Once we have the fit right, the earbuds stay on rather well. I've gone running with them, no issues there. Connectivity is over Bluetooth 5, and I have tested it over 10 meters distance with 2 rooms in between, no issues there, so full marks for connectivity as well. I'll talk more about earphone tech in general shortly. Now, the tricky matter of sound quality. I'll start off with the spectrum sweep. From the lines, we can see that the curve is fairly well controlled, no unwanted spikes or high curves that unbalances the sound. Now, this is a measure of quantity. To address quality, you will have to take my word for it. The graph is reflective of what sound quality is like. If I were to simplify, starting with the treble, the high end is the most impressive aspect of the sound spectrum. There is good detail and practically no sibilance. Any genre that uses cymbals to greater effect like jazz will come through very nicely. Mids are adequate, it does not overpower nor go under. It is there as per expectation. Good enough, I'd say. Bass is where things become a bit subjective at times. Overall, it works well with the sound. Tracks that has a lot of lows like rap or hip-hop tracks will not disappoint. But for an extreme example, let's say Hans Zimmer tells a story through his music in Soundtrack of Dark Knight. There are times when these earphones get overpowered. Most speakers and headphones do. It's an extreme case, mind you. This is where a headphone like the Sony 1000XM3 survives. If we go looking for a failure point, there is, but it's impressive that I had to push that far to find its limit. So the sound overall is actually very satisfactory. Most people will not have a problem with the quality of the sound that these earphones produces, no matter what their taste in music is. With regards to call quality, it's pretty much middle of the rung functional. The mics do adequate job, the caller on the line can hear just fine, there is no noise cancellation or any active call quality improvement technology, just a mic that does its job. So average in the calls department. Before I move on to the next section, please allow me to introduce my second channel, Property Technical, where we discuss various things about properties. Recently, I discussed the $25,000 grant that the government is providing. Check the video and see if you qualify for it. Back to the video. Let's touch upon the battery capacity. The case has a 2600 mAh capacity and Mifo claims that it rapid charges the earbuds. But not much is elaborated on what that exactly means in terms of facts and numbers. But I'm sure it's all good stuff. Let me do some numbers. Mifo tells us with the case fully charged, you will get over 100 hours of playtime. If you use these earphones for 3 hours every single day, you will only need to recharge the case once a month. Well, actually, the number is 33 days, 7 hours, and 55 minutes by my calculation. In theory, that is, I have not run out of charge since I got these and I have been using them randomly. But you get the point. So far, so good. For better perspective, let me list out things in pros and cons. So let's go with the pros first. Sound is reasonable. I'm particularly happy with the treble. The build quality is decent, with the case being one of the best that I have come across. It really is that good. They sell these via their website and via Amazon and other platforms where available. And that means we can utilize the return policies of Amazon and so forth. A bit of a confidence boost for potential customers. They accept payment methods such as Google Pay and PayPal. Again, a bit more of buyer protection there. They offer a 30-day return policy, which is nice. Great battery capacity. Buttons are tactile and easy to press. Looks-wise, while it's subjective, I think it's nice enough to be positive. Now the cons. Who is Mifo? Do we know them from somewhere? The answer is no. Mifo is a brand that most of us do not know about simply because they haven't been around for long. Going by the data of their domain name registration, they are about a year and a half old, or at least their website is. There is no noise cancellation available either for music listening or for calls. There is aptX for the Plus model, but not the standard model, I think. Next is the price. In Amazon Australia, they have listed the O5 Plus for $149. For $10 more, you can get yourself a Galaxy Bud. Love it or hate it, at least on paper, Samsung has a lot more going for it than Mifo. Too many O5 models out there. I have found O5 standard model, O5 Plus, O5 Professional, O5 Plus Gen 2. The prices are all over the place as well. It's all a bit confusing as to what the differences are and what the best value purchase would be. Micro USB. On the surface, there's nothing wrong with micro USB port, but it is such an old tech that now, in this day and age, we will have to go out of the way to have a micro USB cable dedicated for this. USB Type-C is everywhere, and we are charging all the devices with USB Type-C, And that would have been just easy. MIFO knows this too, which is why the next thing they did that absolutely, excuse me for saying this, pissed me off. On the US website, the O5 Plus is sold as Gen 2, where they have updated the case to USB Type-C and added fast charging, and also it can now reverse charge other devices like a power bank. What is so upsetting about this is that they are selling this to their US customers only at $90 US, a price that is cheaper than anywhere we get here in Australia. The O5 Plus is $149. I'm greatly distressed to see this. Don't get me wrong, I have followers from all over the world, including the US, so it's good to see that MIFO has made design updates in a positive direction. But what justification is there to leave the rest of us out? Canadian customers are not getting Gen 2 either. Not UAE, Sweden, or any other place where MIFO is marketing themselves, except Japan. I don't know what they're doing there. The Japan website never opened for me. The point of saying all this is that I, as a reviewer, care for my people first, and my people are my subscribers, who depend on the information I present. This is why I do not find it fair that MIFO is asking the same or more amount of money from various customers, yet only the customers from US gets the better product. Not cool. People here are getting shortchanged. But yes, you are welcome to try and change my mind about this. So in conclusion, MIFO, a newcomer in the earphone market. They have made 2 products so far with various iterations. The unique selling point here is the high quality aluminum case and the large battery capacity. I believe that they have some more adjusting to do as far as price is concerned, and prices do change. I have left links in the description below for you to check for the most updated price. Plus also I sincerely hope that they will update the charging case for all the customers, not just US. If these adjustments are made, then I do think there is merits to this product. They are trying to improve, which is commendable, and I do look forward to seeing these changes that I have so passionately pointed out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Also, check out the videos in the Property Technical channel. I'm sure there are things that you will find interesting. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.